Celebrities are known for living extravagantly, and one thing about their lives that always amazes us is how much stuff they have. It's common for them to have some of the most expensive things in the world, such as private islands and pricey cars. But in this video, we'll look at some of the craziest things celebrities own, from diamond-covered accessories to exotic creatures and everything in between. Join us as we take a look into the extravagant lives of the affluent and famous and find out about some of our favorite celebrities' most absurd and jaw-dropping items. But before we move on to the video, subscribe to our channel now and don't forget to press the bell icon for future updates. Number 10. Justin Bieber's gold grills. Even while purchasing grills, a decorative teeth accessory is not something brand new in the world of Hollywood. It is still something that is not quite as widespread as it should be at this point. But after that, Justin Bieber went out and spent $5,000 on a gold grill so he could wear it as part of his Halloween costume. Ben Baller, who works for the jewelry company If & Co., was the jeweler that Bieber commissioned to make the flashy piece for him. And the year was 2013, when he was still a young boy at the time it occurred. If you've ever been curious about why kid stars spend so much money, the answer is that they buy things like this. Number 9. Mike Tyson's 24K gold bathtub. When Mike Tyson was at the peak of his boxing career, he was so lavish with his spending that it was almost as if he was handing out money for nothing. After his conviction for rape, it was different. Before that, he gave his now ex-wife Robin Givens a 24-karat gold bathtub that he had purchased for her. Because he spent over $2.2 million for a single bathtub, this purchase can only be described as insane. Now that Tyson and Givens are no longer married, who got the bathtub? Number 8. Jay-Z and his champagne bottles. Even when it comes to Beyoncé's ridiculously high budget, Jay-Z is unquestionably the ideal partner for her. The fact that he broke his contract with the Crystal Champagne brand was one of the most daring things he did to get away. Instead of drinking Crystal, he started drinking Armand de Brignac, which is known as the Ace of Spades among wine connoisseurs. While at a gathering in Miami's Club Live, he dropped $250,000 on 75 bottles of Armand de Brignac and left a $50,000 tip for the lucky bartenders. The previous year, Jay-Z ultimately decided to get this champagne banned because he enjoyed it so much. Number 7. Paris Hilton's doghouse. In 2009, Paris Hilton spent no less than $325,000 on a fancy doghouse designed to look just like her mansion. The doghouse included all of the miniature versions of Paris Hilton's designer furniture, as well as heating, air conditioning, and a chandelier. Even though she never leaves home without the dog, this doesn't imply that it doesn't require a permanent place to call its own, does it? The dog belonging to Paris Hilton is unquestionably doing a great deal better in life than the vast majority of people on the earth. Number 6. Johnny Depp's private island. If Johnny Depp spends more than $30,000 on wine each month, he has the financial wherewithal to acquire his very own private island. However, he was debt-free when he purchased the island. In 2004, he purchased a piece of real estate in the Bahamas that was known as Little Halls Pond Cay for the price of $3.6 million. Johnny has never been one to be frugal, and his spending habits have not changed much over the years. On the breathtakingly beautiful private island, the actor enjoys 45 acres of space all to himself. He has ownership of over a dozen homes, as well as an entire island to himself. Number 5. Celine Dion's humidifier. We all agree that Celine Dion's voice is one of a kind, but the lengths she goes to protect it are something else. She needed a humidifier to take care of her vocal cords while she was training them. This is not unusual, as nice ones can be purchased for under $200. Nonetheless, she chose to spend at least $2 million on one that serves much the same purpose. That's hard to say. Perhaps the fact that she was a famous person meant that she had to pay more. The 4 bodyguards, yoga instructor, and Olympic trainer on Celine Dion's staff cost her an additional $4 million every year. Number 4. Leonardo DiCaprio's dinosaur skull. The actor Leonardo DiCaprio has one of the most recognized faces in the entertainment industry and is considered to be one of the top names in Hollywood. Given his successful career and current net worth of $260 million, the vast majority of people would assume that he lives in the lap of luxury and takes delight in the more exquisite experiences that life has to offer given the circumstances. A fact about him that you might not be aware of is that he has a dinosaur skull displayed in his house as a piece of decor. He shelled out $276,000 to purchase this fossil that is 67 million years old, but he has no plans to do anything more with it except exhibit it. Number 3. Nicolas Cage's comic book collection. Nicolas Cage is known to lavish his wealth on bizarre purchases. Since you never know when you might need one, he also has a collection of shrunken heads in addition to his 2 ships, 50 exotic cars, 12 homes, Gulfstream airplane, the Bavarian castle with 28 rooms, 2 islands in the Bahamas, and everything else. He recently purchased the Iranian Shah's former Lamborghini, and in 2007 he bid against Leonardo DiCaprio for a dinosaur skull. But the comic book collection he bought for almost $1 million and then had stolen has to be the most stupid thing he ever bought. He was able to get the collection back, and then he sold it for $2.1 million, making a nice profit. The collection of comic books had the first issue of Action Comics, which is where Superman originally appeared. Number 2. Kim Basinger and her town. Kim spent at least $20 million in 1989 to buy the entire town of Braselton, Georgia, to turn it into a tourist destination featuring her movie studios and massive film festivals. She accomplished this by making a full town acquisition. I don't buy her story that she was curious about the city during a traffic jam. She negotiated the acquisition for a full year and a half before finally purchasing the 1,600 acres surrounding the town outright. 5 years and a bankruptcy later, she sold the town for barely $1 million because the purchase had been such a failure. Number 1. Trump's gold-plated aircraft. Having a private plane where gold is the primary material is highly lavish, but it also happens to be Mr. Trump's specialty, having a gold-based private jet. A couple of years ago, he spent a cool $100 million to purchase a Boeing 757 from the co-founder of Microsoft, Paul Allen. This is the same type of jet that is used by presidential contenders. After that, the plane was outfitted with the most recent technology, and gold was used to coat virtually every surface. The symbol of the Trump family was affixed to the jet to differentiate it from the other gold-plated jets that were located nearby. As can be seen in the picture, even the faucets have been outfitted with 24-karat gold fittings and fixtures. So these were some of the craziest things that celebrities own. Although many of us may view these extravagant possessions as unnecessary or even outrageous, it's important to remember that celebrities have worked hard for their success and have every right to spend their money as they please. That's all for today. Make sure to like the video and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.